Hey you guys, it's Lori in Mount Shasta. That's not really her name, but that was what she's named after. There she is, walking with me. We are at a beautiful, oh look, these horses. I gotta show you. Can you see them? Oh, he's kind of hidden behind that tree. Let's see if I move. You can see one of them further off. The other guy's hidden behind the tree, but they are really magnificent. Very happy horses. Healthy, happy horses. You can tell, you know, when you look. But also, if you just tune in, they're really beautiful. Let's see if I can show you this guy. He's right here. There. He looks further away than he is in the camera. He's actually quite close. There's a stream between us, and he's in a pasture with another friend. That's so nice. Horses should always, in my opinion, have a friend. They shouldn't be solo, in my opinion. And most animals prefer community. Most animals that are in any way connected to humans, like not wild, they are not solitary because they've been bred by humans, right? I met a woman yesterday who, in a store, who was talking about her dog, and he had territory issues. And then after talking to her for a few minutes, it turns out, yeah, she made him sleep in a separate room from her, right? Boundary issues. So he had to be isolated and separate all night, every night. And he wasn't happy about that. And she said, well, I just got a better night's sleep, because then he'd wake me up. All of it's training, right? Training and communication with the animal could have resolved that. But she was rather 3D, so she didn't get that concept really. Anyway, here we are at this beautiful place called, I just stumbled upon it, Carolina Memorial Sanctuary. The reason I stumbled upon it was because when I travel, a lot of times I like to go check out the Unity churches. They're very open-minded churches, right? Unity, non-denominational, and they almost always have beautiful grounds, like this one. This is part of their grounds. I think this is entirely open to the public. Sorry, there's lots of mica and lots of quartz. This is a really pretty piece of quartz I just picked up. So I just come to check out their grounds. They almost always have labyrinths, and I love walking labyrinths. I do them on all my retreats whenever we can. Labyrinths we try to do silent retreat when we walk the labyrinth, because they're designed to help you kind of work through issues, right? All of the ancient religions, like not all of them, but a lot of the ancient religions have some form of labyrinth. All the Roman Catholics, they use labyrinths. They would say a prayer going into the labyrinth and walk through it and ask for guidance from God. The ancient kings and queens used to use them too. They had gardens that were like labyrinths. There was a point to those. They'd walk through them and be at one with God and silently contemplate, silently pray, and then get clarity. And every time I do it that way, it always works. It's amazing. Okay, so I'm walking through here. So if you have the opportunity to go to labyrinths and practice, you follow the path of the labyrinth, and you enter with a little brief prayer request on something you want clarity on. And, you just practice breathing, silent meditation while you walk through it. Most labyrinths only take, 3 to 5 minutes to get through the whole thing. And of course, it depends on how quietly you walk. When I first started doing labyrinths, I didn't know this stuff. I didn't understand that. I'd just be like, oh, it's a labyrinth, that's cool. But once I started to just play with them, I just learned this on my own, really, from walking them. Oh, here's how you're supposed to do it, really. And from bringing people on the retreats, I started just desiring to help the people understand them. It's amazing how much you can learn when you engage in spiritual practice and activities just by doing it, even though you don't really know necessarily what you're doing or how to do it, right? This is why learning through the brain can never outrank direct experience. Like, I can tell you about walking through a labyrinth and how to do it, and you can be like, oh, that's cool. Oh, now I understand labyrinths, what they're for, how they work, why they exist, why so many religious properties and spiritual properties have them. But until you actually start walking through them, and don't have expectations when you do it, because I didn't. I just walked through it. I'm like, oh, this is cool. It's a labyrinth. That's how I started learning. Oh, I found some nice crystal here. Tons of mica and crystal. Well, these are pretty white, right? So they're quartz, right? But still, there's just so much crystal in this mountain. So anyway, until I started walking through the labyrinths on my own, and then asking, how do I help my people on my tours, not tours, on my retreats, have better experiences. That's when I was guided, well, do silent, and I just started being told what to do. And this will start to happen for you. Look at this beautiful scenery behind me. So you can see there's like a lake there. And there's housing back there. I imagine that's probably a private community on that lake. Looks like there's a beach. A lot of these lakes are just large ponds in this area, I've noticed that. Maybe you can see, I don't know if you can see, there's water there. We'll see it because we're about to cross the stream. It's really cute. So I'm glad I stopped here, because on my way here, there's a part of me that's like, why am I just driving to go see a Unity church? It's not like there's an event, but I do it all the time. When I know there's a Unity church, I'll always stop there, because like I said, they almost always have nice grounds, nice walkways, labyrinths. Usually not all, but a lot of the Unity churches decorate really cute. They'll put like crystals and angel statues and Buddha. It's just always really nice gardens, and people don't really know about it unless they're open and into Unity Church or spiritual centers that are non-denominational, but particularly the Unity churches. I've done a lot of events over the years at different Unity churches, and I always meet the most wonderful, amazing, beautiful people there. People who are really, like living virtuous lives. And what I mean by virtuous is, doing their best. Here's the path. Look, that's so pretty. I want you to see if you can hear the water. Let's see. Hear that? A little bit of tractor kind of stuff there, but see if I can get you a little closer here, right over it. See if you can hear. And there's some very happy crickets on the other side of this. Okay, I'm not a camera person. I'm just like a travel blogger here. Look how pretty. And then when we cross the bridge, there's these very loud froggies. They're frogs, not crickets. Isn't that pretty? It's never as good as when it's in real person, right? But here, let's see if you can hear these very happy froggies in this area. That's a preserve, right? They got quieter when I came. That sound, they get quieter when I talk. The sound of nature is the best sound in the world. Oh, nice breeze. So, anyway, I thought I'd share a little bit of this with you, but it's not like edited or anything, and it's raw. But for those of you who are on any kind of spiritual quest, if you've been following this series, you know that when I started, especially it's linked into the podcast too, The Awakened Elevated Human. When I started, I was going through like some very extreme burnout and nervous system overload, and working through some of my own issues, people pleaser, stuff that I talked about over-giving, over-delivering, which is the kind of people I work with, Also spiritually animal lovers. I haven't done a lot on that, but lately in the blogs and sharing, but those are the people. Wow, look at this bumblebee. He is huge. You're not going to be able to see him, but he's off. Huge bee. You know what bumblebee means, right? It's a spiritual animal totem. Oh, he's still flying. He's flying with us. Bumblebee means don't give up on your dreams. The impossible is possible. So I always take all that as a message when something comes out of like nowhere at me that I don't see everywhere. And that's some of what I've been working through, because that's what you go through, right? There he is. I'm moving too fast for us to see, but he's kind of flying with us. Here's this beautiful community. So anyway, this spiritual blog, just been on a quest to kind of travel, do some healing for myself on these issues, and to share the journey with others who have gone through similar, because like I said, lots of us in the world have been going through, our transformations, and I've been advocating for just getting out into nature and, stopping everything that's not bringing you joy to the best of your ability, and taking some real time to just give yourself time to recover and heal with as little pressure from the outside world, and to do more of what you really enjoy. We've done so much walking. So I hope to get you, I'm on my way back now towards the spiritual center, and I'd like to help you to see it. I would like to do some retreat here. It's so lovely. Oh, it's a really lovely one. Some of them are nicer than others. Here's the path I'm walking on now, back towards the center. And there's a lot of just beautiful nature sounds. When you have time, you can really just sit still, just in the stillness. Oh my God, it's where all the solution is, in the stillness. And you always know, here's the truth, you need stillness when you're engaging in the world. This is a little pet cemetery they have here. Let me see if I can show you that. See that? Oh, the pets have a nice place to have their bodies go to rest, even though their consciousness lives on for as long as they remain, as long as they choose, before they reincarnate as a different individual. All right, I hope you can see this. Anyway, that's nice, right? There's a few more I'll show you. Little pet cemetery on the grounds. A lot of the Unity churches have that too. Little pet cemeteries. This is a nice one right here. So they put a little stone, a plaque, and flowers. I'll show you this one. If you can see that one. See? So, the sound of those toads. So yeah, the solutions are in the stillness, right? In being able to be still, sit still, stand still, or walk quietly. Which I've done just so much of that. And in such a short time, I've just really reclaimed so much more of my own inner happiness and joy that I was kind of losing touch with. There's that. Because I was just serving to my own detriment. I wasn't taking enough time for me. It's not like I wasn't. I still was doing the things in Florida that I loved. I took time to go to the beach, to swim, to walk. But somehow it's just everything was so consumed by work and by helping the people I was, helping, that I just, even the time I was taking, it just wasn't enough for me. So it's amazing what a quick recovery you can have from whatever your burnout is, or your issues might be that you're dealing with, by just kind of going on some type of, sacred journey of your own. And it doesn't have to be that you're driving, across the country like I am, or finding a new home. You can take lots of time, as much as you can, of stillness. I did, a great podcast episode on this. It will go up, well, I can't put the timing, another couple weeks from now. But if you're watching the Awakened Elevated Human, the most recent podcasts have been mostly audio, because I've been on the road, and this is what I'm doing, video. But I want to talk about that stillness. Why you probably can hear the breeze is strong right now. I'm going to go to a little place and sit for a minute or two. And then I'm going to take you to the grounds. This looks like another pet. It's a pet cemetery. All right. Okay, I'm going to sit here for just a minute. By the way, one of the videos had drinking in the codes of the sun, the light codes from the sun Solaris. Make sure you catch that video. It's 1 or 2 before this one, but so let me see if I can show you the view here. So pretty, right? So yeah, in the stillness. And how do you get in the stillness, and how do you know that that's an issue? Is I was saying this before. You know it's an issue when you're talking a million miles an hour. Those people wouldn't probably even be making it through this kind of a podcast, or this kind of a video blog. But when you're talking really fast, or when you're just trying to get so much information to a person, I'll get clients, students like this, and I know that means like so much has gone on in their lives for so long that they haven't had a chance to slow down and be still. It's when they're just talking so fast and they're trying to communicate their whole life story for the past 7 years in 1 hour. And what that means is really they haven't really had a chance to slow down. They haven't really had a chance to resolve the issues that have just kept mounting and building. So they're giving you all their unresolved issues, or giving me all their unresolved issues in almost like no time at all, right? They're trying to squeeze it all in to 5 minutes or 10 minutes, like 10 years of a life story, right? And I totally get that. I've been that, so no wrongness there. It's just, it means you need time for stillness. And it means that person probably hasn't had enough healing for themselves in that time to address, resolve, and integrate their issues, whatever those issues are. And they haven't gotten the right support, right? Like I said, I've been there. And eventually, because I kept giving myself the right support, I worked with healers, intuitives. Of course, I kept doing my own practices, which ultimately, it's so pretty. You know, all of that just ultimately led to like, I know how to self-nurture and self-soothe. I can do it currently without letting it build up. And even though it did build up in the last year, eventually what I realized was like, I just need some downtime, because I already know that, like, I've already been through this. And it's so quick. You can recover so quick from traumas and wounded states and old patterns when you really do take time in the stillness to just sit still, to give yourself whatever time you need. No rush, no demands of the external world. Even sitting here talking about it, I'm just slowing a little bit, slowing down, right, with you. Breathing and being still. It's one of the greatest gifts you can give yourself. It's just to turn off the phone. I know I'm on the phone right now with you guys. But this is what I've been doing for the past 2 months, especially during the time I'm not travel blogging. It's just sitting still, being still, breathing, and saying that nothing in the world, nothing, it took me my whole life to learn this, nothing matters more than you, your life, your breath, you, and whatever you need to be at your best. And it doesn't mean ever that you cause harm to anyone, ever. That's never the desire. That's never the intention. It just means that if something's not working, it means you need to step back and readjust and realign and reattune to your source of inner peace, of inner calm, and get still and peaceful so that you can do that and quiet. It's in the stillness that you reclaim. And yes, meditation and energy is a huge part of that. But so is nature, and just turning everything off from the external world that just wants to suck you in and tell you there's something more important out there, which is never the case. There's nothing more important than you and your need to be healthy, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, energetically, physically, and to have the time that you need to just become aligned and attuned to your best. All right, I'm gonna walk. I'll probably do one more video once I get back to the sanctuary part, the center, so you can see their labyrinth and their beautiful center. It's really lovely. All right, I'll see you then soon. All right, lots of love. Bye.